The Functional Skills Unit at Hillcrest School started an entrepreneurial endeavor this year to provide man's best friend with some very tasty treats called Dragon Bones.
The Hillcrest Barkery is not just about work, but it's about students coming together and working together on a common project, becoming closer as friends, becoming closer staff and students, joining us and connecting us to the community. We started the Dogbone Bakery this year, and the idea behind it was to help our students generalize skills, academic skills, social skills, career prep skills, and this was a way to encompass all those things in a more practical way.
Keep going. Two. Nice counting. Nice matching. 3. Beautiful. Yes, sir.
We've been busy mixing up our batches of dog bone mix and cutting out our dog bones. You might have seen a group packaging them, and with that they're using their math skills, counting out the bones, packaging them, using their fine motor skills, tying up the packages. Some kids will be delivering them to different classrooms. So they've got to work on their social skills. So they go from room to room and they've got to see how many bags of dog treats need to be delivered to that particular class. So they're counting and they're passing out and they're using their manners.
She's gonna bring them to you. Thank you. Give them right.
Proceeds from this year's sales will not only keep the program going, but be beneficial in other ways.
We work off the profits that we've made from our first go-around. So we started in October and we started selling treats that had pumpkin in them for October theme, and we had cutouts of pumpkins and dog bones. And the profits we made from that, we bought more materials. And so maybe in the future we'll write a grant and that'll fund it. These are real practical skills, and we're hoping that they're generalized, they take them home, but also that we're learning some work study skills here as well.
That's a good way to do it. Wait.
You gotta get it on there, girl.
There we go. Okay, let me have that short hair.
And they'll be rewarded at the end of this project. We get to take a field trip. We're going to go to Jervey Gant and have a celebration. And on top of that, we're going to make a large donation to the Humane Society.
The Marion County Interscholastic Athletic Conference is wrapping up its spring championships with tournaments in softball, baseball, and flag football this week and next. Once those are concluded, a spring champion will be crowned, joining fall champion Forest and winter champion Vanguard.
The purpose, as a general rule, is to provide our student athletes with the best experience that we can under the reasonable constraints of funding. And one of the things that our conference does provide is access to 6 other schools here locally that you may or may not have to play. And we certainly want to show some solidarity amongst all the schools. I mean, that's something that's important for the conference. I think it's also important that all of our students get recognized for the great things that they do and show them off. I mean, we have conference awards, whether it be from a student athlete perspective in academics, and then also we have athletic awards through the conference that are awarded, and then certainly there's team championships, be it academic or athletic as well. So there's a number of purposes that the conference serves for the students in our schools. Not any one of them is more important than the other. I think it's just simply something that we all feel like benefits all of our communities in trying to come together for Marion County Public Schools.
The MCIAC is putting on championship events in 21 sports this year, taking teams to places they might not normally go.
Dunellen was our host school for the girls volleyball tournament earlier from the fall season, and it was a great experience. And in the finals we had Vanguard High School, who played for the 6A state championship this year, playing against Bellevue High School, and they had a 5-set incredible match, and we were able to bring that into the Dunellen community, which if we didn't have this format or something similar to it, that may not happen.
One of the biggest issues with the championships is their effect on scheduling, considering the state has a limit on the number of games teams can play.
it does present problems when you're in a tournament format, because with a 7-team tournament, you could realistically play 3 games, but at the same time you could also just play 2, and so when you're scheduling you have to save 3, so automatically it could cut into a coach's schedule by 1 game that they get no benefit from whatsoever. So that is a hurdle that has to be covered, and something that we have to continue to investigate on what's best for our schools and our coaches and students.
With the feedback mixed, the future of the championships is a little murky.
It has been more positive overall as a whole, but we will have to continue to tweak it on a regular basis, and a lot of that is dictated by what the FHSAA assigns to us, game limits, district assignments that folks have. We were just notified one of our schools just recently had 2 teams added to their boys and girls basketball districts, which will put some constraints on them. So we have to take all of these things into consideration as we build on the conference year in and year out.
You can find out how each team at each school fared both athletically and academically by visiting the MCIAC website. First sponsored in 1958, National Library Week is a national observance sponsored by the American Library Association and libraries across the country each April. It's a time to celebrate the contributions of our nation's libraries and librarians, and to promote library use and support.
Libraries are important in a school because readers are thinkers, and if we can supply them with a wide range of material to read, then not only do we teach them facts, but we teach them how to interpret the facts themselves and then be able to use that material as an adult to make their own decisions about what's right and what's wrong. And we need thinkers in our world. National Library Week is just a week to emphasize how important libraries are in our culture, and specifically we're a school library, so we give kids the opportunity to use resources that they wouldn't have the opportunity to use without us. Our district, luckily, our district buys a lot of resources that kids can use both at school and at home. One of the things that our kids in Marion County are lucky to have is the resources, the online resources that the district provides. And then our library here at Legacy, because we're a new school, we were well funded, and we have a wonderful collection of print materials, and also we have a big collection of web-based books as well.
Marion County Public Schools and Ocala Mayor Kent Gwynn join efforts to present 3 events designed to remember the millions of lives lost in the Holocaust and Nazi persecution. These Days of Remembrance events coincide with the country's annual commemoration established by Congress and held in Washington, D.C. All events are free and open to the public. Marion County Public Schools Extended Day programs care for approximately 3,000 children each day. Extended Day staff not only assist students with their homework, they also know sometimes you just need to have fun.
After spring break, I said we should do something. We usually have an Easter egg hunt every year, but this is phenomenal. This is the biggest ever. So I send out the response to the parents asking them to donate eggs. We bought some and candy, and I have my staff start working on it weekly until we get so much. I never expected this amount, so I said, well, we're going to have extravaganza. We had 4,700 eggs. We had 145 kids, and they all were exaggerated. We have candy, we have bear box, we have cash, we have notes. We have the golden eggs have cash. The colored eggs, special color, have a bear box that they could spend at school store, and we also have notes where they could go and get a gift from the treasure box.
The middle school athletic season wraps up Saturday with the county track meet at Forest High.
We've had competitions in the past. It's actually been, it's got a different label this year. It's still intramurals, but it's slowly progressed. It's 2007, 2008. It was a bunch of teachers with their stopwatches, hand timing, and making, oh, did they get fifth? They get sixth? And then they brought in an automatic timing system for the final county meet. And so it evolved from a one meet intramural meet with hand times to automatic timing meet. And then now we actually have some meets before the county meet, which local county teams get together and they have meets then. So I would say most of the schools have 2 or 3 or 4 meets, with the culminating meet be the county meet, and that's the one that's electronically timed.
Runners to your mark. Set.
If someone had brought a camera to the 2008 middle school county meet, you'd see teams 15, 20 kids, and now a lot of teams have 40, 50 kids. They all have the same, it used to be a lot of PE uniforms. Now a lot of the kids have their jerseys for their team.
Fort McCoy draws a lot of inspiration from its past. We'll tell you more about that in a coming show.